What is going on, guys? Jack here and welcome to episode 15 of the Ultimate League series. And in this episode we start things off with great news. We have signed Junior Malanda, the under 21 Belgium centre defensive mid. A great player to pick up in this career mode, but in exchange we do send out Massimo Bruno to Wolfsburg. Hopefully he can do better there. He's only been with us for half a season, but I've already shipped him off to another club. And I was also interested in Royston Drenthe as well to bolster our attacking ranks, really, because we've really been struggling on the attack as of recent. We haven't managed to win that many games in probably the last two episodes, I'd say. So I do offer 800 grand plus Serrero in the hope that Reading would let their star man, their starlet go. And, well, if we do manage to pick him up, that would just be absolutely fantastic, because that's another winger to add to our various wingers that we already have already. Great wingers that we do have already, but I do not need Serrero in the team because he doesn't fit into the formation or the play style of this team. But to be honest, with the way I'm playing at the moment with this formation and everything, I don't know how long I'm going to keep it for, because I'm really not playing well with this team whatsoever. I just can't get anything going. And the strikers, they're just not doing themselves any favours. They're not getting into any attacking positions, and that is really not helping me, because it means that I just can't score the goals. I need attackers to be making runs, and if they're not making runs, how am I meant to score goals? But anyway, we go into our first game of this episode against Chelsea at the Amsterdam Arena, hoping to get a win here, as we are not really doing too well at the moment. I think we're sitting in about 12th position. No, we're actually sitting in 10th, so that's better than I thought. But we're only ahead on goal difference, so it's not looking too pretty for us at the moment. But with regards to, I think, yeah, the regens video that I was going to be making, I need to contact EA at the moment. I did have a bit of a scare on my career mode and FIFA and everything, but I'll talk about that later on in the episode. But basically, I'm having a bit of trouble with the career mode save at the moment. I've tried everything. I've tried reinstalling FIFA. I've tried doing everything. I've tried deleting the gamer tag and putting the gamer tag back onto my Xbox One, but nothing is working. And it means that I cannot advance any further than 2024 in the Regens career mode. I do want to show you them at full potential, but at the moment I can't even get past this season. I'm in May 2024. I'm trying to end the season, and it just freezes. It doesn't load. It just carries on loading, and it just doesn't load up the new season within 2 minutes, which of course it does say that it should take about 2 minutes at the most, really. And I've left it for an hour at the most at sometimes, and it just still doesn't load. I do not know what's going on. I'm trying to contact EA, but of course all of their staff are just unavailable to talk at the moment. I did talk to them yesterday and tried to sort out the problem, but they were useless. They were absolutely useless at trying to sort out the problem. They were not helpful whatsoever, and that really didn't help me, because I was thinking of uploading it today, but unfortunately due to those circumstances I can now not upload it at the moment, unless you do want to see them at their current potentials. Well, they're not at their current potentials, actually. They're not even at the peak of their careers yet. You know, I've got players like Robin Van Persie regen, who's currently at the age of 23 and 87 overall. I want him to get to full potential. I don't want to show a video where the players aren't at full potentials, because what's the point in that? You want to see them with the best stats they could possibly have at the end of the career mode. And yeah, look at that goal there. I mean, what can I do about that? When the game's not on your side, the game's not on your side. And Fernando Torres, he really couldn't miss that now, could he? I mean, he's missed a few open goals in his life, but he could not miss that. And to be fair to Fernando Torres, he is a pretty good player when he does want to play well, and he is playing well. But right there, that was just too easy for him, and if he would have missed that, that just would have been even harder than to score it, to be honest with you. But Junior Malanda was playing well in this match, despite the fact that we did go down 1-0 in this game against Chelsea, and we had played pretty well, I guess you could say. But playing pretty well just isn't good enough, especially when you're 1-0 down and Chelsea was playing this kind of quality of football. I mean, they were playing so well, and Fernando Torres in particular was just a goal threat. Although he did miss that chance there, and he did have a pretty easy tap in to make it 1-0, he was still a really good threat in this game. And it was a real struggle to kind of defend against him, especially Oscar as well. He was so good on the ball. Of course, he's a really, really good young Brazilian player. And I would try and actually get him, to be honest, in this Ajax career mode, as well as Bernard, which some of you guys did suggest in the comments down below. But I can't afford them, I really can't, and it's a real shame, really. But Yeah, something I do want to say about me resetting my kind of, I guess, my FIFA. What happened was, I had a bit of a bug on my career mode, and luckily it wasn't any of the career modes that I'm actually posting to YouTube. And what I had to do was I had to actually reinstall the game, and I didn't realise, but I actually thought that at the time that I was reinstalling it, I'd lost everything. I literally thought I'd lost everything, and you know, coming back the next day after I'd allowed it to reinstall, I just went on, just fingers crossed. I was hoping that nothing bad had happened, and luckily, if that would have happened on Xbox 360, they wouldn't have saved your career mode data. I don't know if it's actually locked onto your account now, or I don't know how it actually works, but Junior Melander here, he wasn't playing too good in the game, but he did manage to injure Schürrle. So, you know, that's pretty good because Schürrle had played well up to that point until he did get injured by Junior Melander. But it just wasn't quite enough. In the end, we do lose the game 1-0. But as I was saying, it was a little bit kind of nervy, to be honest, because I was wondering if I'd actually lost everything. And if I'd actually lost everything, that means Bristol Rovers Career Mode series gone, this series gone, and also the regens gone. But going on to the regens, I do have a bug with that career mode now, so luckily I do have a save before all of the regens that I had actually bought, which is kind of annoying in a way, but in a way it is also good, I guess you could say. But luckily I did have a save before my game or my career mode actually did get corrupt, so that is still going to be coming to you guys, do not worry, but it's just going to be coming a bit later now, as I'm going to have to basically buy all the regens again, sell the whole team. It's kind of frustrating in a way, but at least I didn't have to start all the way from the beginning in 2014. That would have been a real bummer if I'd had to do that. Luckily, I'm only kind of 2 years behind what I was before the actual career mode got corrupt. So that will be coming to you guys by the weekend, and sorry for the lack of uploads. I promise you that I will try and get it up, or get the next video up by Friday or Saturday at the latest. I'm definitely sure I will get it up by Saturday, but I really do apologise for these lack of uploads, and it does mean that these commentaries may be a little bit rusty, but it's because I've got other things on my mind. I've got a lot of things on my mind in general at the moment, to be honest with you, and it's very hard to kind of have a fluent commentary, I guess you could say. But going into this game, I think, yeah, we were playing Real Madrid, and the fixture list is just absolutely messed up. Guess what? I played the Chelsea game, and then a day after that, I have a game against none other than Real Madrid. I mean, EA, you really do need to sort that out, as well as the bugs, the various bugs that are on career mode as well. Like the one where my career mode actually got corrupt. You could kind of fix that, but of course, I can't really do much about that now as it is corrupt, and there's nothing really I can do. But they did have a strong team, did Real Madrid. I'm pretty sure this is their first team. They got Bale up front as a lone striker, and I wouldn't really play him as a lone striker. I'd probably play him as a right mid, but of course they've got Angel Di Maria, and they're trying to put all the best players they have into one team so they can absolutely annihilate me. And of course, because I had the Chelsea fixture just one day before, but luckily I did have Vermeer in goal, as well as Blind at left back and Zuma and Neuting at centre backs. But my attack and my midfield was just very weak in this game. I do have a deep squad, yes, but I was just getting attacked the hell out of. Bale hitting the post there. Very unlucky not to score there, although I'm pretty sure that Vermeer had that covered. And one thing I do not like on FIFA is short goalkeepers. They can never win anything when it comes to corners, and they are just no good at diving. I mean, it doesn't matter how tall the keeper is. Sorry, how short the keeper is. If they have 99 diving, it still won't make a difference, because if a keeper's 5'10", maybe 6 foot, they're just not going to save anything. It's as simple as that. That's just the rule of FIFA, really. Although that is a very good save there from Vermeer to deny. I think that might have been Casemiro, maybe? I'm not sure. Oh no, I think that was Modric actually. But it was a very good stop there to deny Modric in the 45th minute, and we do move on very swiftly, and they do get a corner from that. They had loads of corners in this first half, and it was something that I was really struggling to defend against, and it was very hard for me to defend against. I did just say that, but yeah, it was. And they were really good in possession as well. That's something else that I must add. They were very good at holding the ball. Khedira was solid in that midfield. making all the interceptions, and they do score there with Casemiro. Really nice assist from Bale, but it was offside luckily for me, but only just offside. You can see there that it was me dragging out Neutink, I think it was, to make sure that he was actually in the offside position when the goal was not given actually. But Bale right here and Ronaldo, they are just too good and I just can't deal with them. And in the end, I'm pretty sure that's Di Maria getting the goal. I think they did swap wings in this game because Di Maria looked like he was playing left mid there. And in the end, he does tuck that one away. On the rebound, really poor goalkeeping from Vermeer. Although he probably didn't expect Ronaldo to kind of go for the shot there. I thought he would have cut it across goal. But in the end, he does come out and it really does cost me. And into the 83rd minute, things was just getting worse and worse. They were going downhill from this point onwards. And Di Maria here just using his great dribbling skills, passing it into Modric. The shot is blocked. And then he slide tackles it to Xabi Alonso. And what a horrible deflection. I mean, 2 episodes, 2 deflections. That's just how this game goes. And of course, we had the Chelsea deflection earlier on in this episode. But when the game's not on your side, that's just what happens. And in the end, Xabi Alonso's goal did kind of put the nail in the coffin, I guess, and that meant that there was no chance of me getting back into the game anyway. But any hope that I did have, any glimmer of hope, was gone really. And in the end, Real Madrid do win 2-0 at their home ground. Di Maria and Alonso getting the goals, and that means in this episode we have so far lost 2 games in a row, which is very disappointing, but they did deserve to win. We'd only had 1 shot on target. It wasn't my day for FIFA, and it certainly wasn't my day with this team. Once again, we're just not putting in the right performances, and maybe it's time after the end of this season to end this career mode, because something I did point out a few episodes ago, the Champions League is going to be absolutely messed up. That's one thing that I did not realise when I started this career mode. It was such a really good kind of different idea that I had, and in the end I just realised that it had its fault, and that is there's Champions League is going to be in the game next season, but I'm going to be coming up against teams like Huddersfield, and that's just, it's not going to be right really. And you can see in this game we do sim it because I was just desperate to get a win really, and in the end we do actually pick up a win, only 1-0, but Colben does get the goal to seal the deal, and Tevez does get injured there as well, which is quite interesting, and Thiago Silva is actually playing for Juventus, which is also quite interesting as well, obviously transferred from PSG there. But in the end, we do win the game 1-0. Picked up a variety of yellow cards there, actually. All 3 of our defenders, apart from Van Rijn, got a yellow card. And luckily for me, it wasn't actually a red. But guys, I really hope you have enjoyed this episode of Career Mode. And if you do want more career mode from me, please be sure to like and subscribe. I will bring you that regens team, don't you worry guys, but it's just going to take a little longer than I expected it to. And to end off this episode though, we're going to have the contract offer accepted. So we're covering up these losses really by signing 2 really good players, Drenthe and also signing Junior Malanda. But guys, I really hope you have enjoyed this episode of Career Mode and want more career mode from me. Please be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time for another episode. Thanks for watching.